everyone, welcome to our channel Knowledge Hub. Friends, subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon for the latest update. आज हम वेब टेक्नोलॉजीज़ की क्लास करने वाले हैं, जो कि क्लास नंबर आपका 9 है। हम ऑलरेडी 8 क्लासेस कर लिए हैं। इसके बाद अगर हम बात करते हैं वेब टेक्नोलॉजीज़ की, तो हमने यूनिट 1 कंप्लीट कर लिया है, यूनिट 2 कंप्लीट कर लिया है, जो कि हमने यूनिट 2 जो है वो 3 पार्ट्स में डिवाइड किया था। पहला है HTML और दूसरा हमने CSS कंप्लीट किया है, फिर XML कंप्लीट किया है, जो कि हम ऑलरेडी कंप्लीट कर चुके हैं। आज की क्लास की बात करते हैं तो यूनिट 3 हमने लास्ट क्लास में स्टार्ट किया था एज ऑफ यूनिट क्लास ऑफ से 8 एंड यूनिट 3 में हम स्क्रिप्टिंग एंड नेटवर्किंग 2 पार्ट्स में डिवाइड करेंगे। तो फर्स्ट पार्ट आपका स्क्रिप्टिंग है और सेकेंड आपका नेटवर्किंग है। एंड स्क्रिप्टिंग हमने कल किया था एंड होपफुली आज कंप्लीट कर लेंगे ना इन द नेक्स्ट कमिंग क्लास, या होपफुली इसी क्लास में अगर ज़्यादा लंबा नहीं जाता है तो नेटवर्किंग भी स्टार्ट कर देंगे। तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इट्स अ ह्यूज रिक्वेस्ट टू ऑल द सब्सक्राइबर, प्लीज़ गो थ्रू विद द सब्सक्राइब बटन एंड प्लीज़ like, share and subscribe our channel so that many and maximum people can get the information at once, and even though you can also enjoy the video as well. Let's go ahead with the program that as you know that we had done yesterday class. We have done for the Armstrong number from 1 to 100, and for the largest number of 5 that we had done in the last class. So now we'll go ahead with the write a JavaScript that reads the 10 number and displays the count of negative numbers and the count of the positive numbers and the count of the 0 from the list as well. So these were the sort of a long program, so we're just gonna ahead here write a JavaScript that reads 10 number and displays the count of negative numbers, the count of positive number and the count of 0 from the list. So this is a program, write a JavaScript that reads the 10 numbers and displays the count of the negative numbers as well as the count of the positive number as well as the count of the 0 as well. So here we'll go ahead with this, and we will write a JavaScript that reads it, and you can write it down as well. So we'll start with the doc type. Doc type HTML public W3C DTD XHTML 1.0 transitional /en http www.w3.org/tr/xhtml1.dtd. Now for the another one, that is HTML XML NS equals to http://www.w3.org/1999/xhtml. Now we'll go ahead with the head here, head section, that is a head section close, then body, then script type, that is a script type equals to text/JavaScript, then r equals to new array, then we will go ahead with the array array of 0 that is 10, array of 1 that is equals to 0, array of 2 equals to -9, 3 equals to 0. Array of 4 equals to 20. Array of 5 equals to 30. Array of 6 equals to 3. Array of 7 equals to 88. And then I equals to 0 for I in AR, that is array. Then we have a document dot write AR of I plus break, and then I plus then close it by curly bracket. If I'm talking about this array, that is from array 0 to this array 6 here, this is reading 10 numbers here, and for this I equals to this from I equals to from this document break, this is displaying the 10 numbers. This is a displaying 10 numbers, and this is a reading 10 numbers. Okay, you have to be very clear while writing a program what you are writing and what you are implementing. So this is very important. And now we'll go ahead with a positive, another one, that is positive count equals to 0, negative count equals to 0 as well. Now for the 0 count, we'll write it down. For the 0 count equals to 0, then I equals to 0, and then for I in array, then if array of I equals to 0, then 0 count plus else if array of I is greater than 0, positive count plus else. This is from positive count till this else here. This is a computing the count for 0, positive, and the negative number. And for the another one, we'll go ahead with the negative count plus I plus document dot write plus then total number of positive elements are, that is plus positive count plus your. Now for the document write total number of negative elements are plus negative that count plus we are closing tab. Then for the document dot write total number of 0 element are plus 0 count plus your, then skip tag close, body tag close, HTML tag close. So this is all the tags we will be closing that. and after that we'll go ahead with related to the functions, and in the terms of the functions, that what we have to deal with, and in the reference toward the function, that is write a JavaScript function to find the product of the two arguments and return the result. For that we will do a program here. So for a JavaScript, so write a JavaScript function to find the products of two arguments and return the result. And for that we will do ahead, let's go ahead, that is a doc type HTML public w3c /dtd xhtml 1.0 transitional /en, then http www.wtr/xhtml1.xhtml11.dtt. This is what we are writing for the doc type. Now for HTML, XMLNS equals to http www.w3.org /1999/xhtml. Then start with the head section. Now go ahead here with regard of it. After the head we'll be having a title, function, demo, title, close. Then we have a script type equals to text, JavaScript, then function, my fun, num1, num2, return num1, num2, then closing tag, script, head, body, open body, then center. Then of course we have a script type equals to text, JavaScript, document.write the product of 10 and 20 is document.write your. Then after that for this particular thing we'll go ahead, and that is for document.write h3 tag plus my fun 10, 20 we are taking that. Then h3 tag will be closed here, then script tag will be closed, we have to open that above, and after that we'll be closing the center tag which we had open above, and then body tag which we had open here, and then of course the HTML tag which we had open above in the starting. Now this is for related to the functions. Now we'll deal with related to the forms in terms of it. And in the terms of form, we will do a sort of a program in the terms of form. So with regard of a form here, what we will do is sort of a program like write a JavaScript function for email address validation, that is to check if the content has a general syntax of an email or not. So for that we are creating we are writing a JavaScript function, and for that we have to write it down. Just gone through with that, we'll go ahead, write a JavaScript function for email address validation, that is to check if the content has the general syntax of an email or not. For that we have to write it down, and this has been asked in the 5 marks. So yes, we'll do ahead and we process with that, and that is starting from HTML, then head, then title, that is the student, registration form, then title close, script type equals to text slash JavaScript, function validate, start with the curly bracket, then for the var I, then we have var str equals to document dot my form dot email dot text value, text dot value, then var index s, that is 80, str dot index of, that is at the rate, var length dot equals to str dot length, var index dot str dot index of, then var email id equals to document dot my form dot email text, and for that we have if email id dot value null, that is email id dot value, that is that tag we will use here, user has not given email id. Okay, and then after that we'll start with another curly bracket, that we have alert, please enter your email id, email id dot focus return false, then close the curly bracket which we had open here. Then after that, if str dot index of, that is at the rate, equals to -1. There is no @ symbol in email addresses, so for that, alert. If no @ symbol, then it will be alert you that invalid email ID. Return false. Then after that, will processed forward here in the regard of it, and that we will be going ahead when we are doing so. And after return false, we'll close the bracket which we had open here. Then if str dot index of equals to -1, start index of that is equals to 0, and then again this another string that index of that is equals to indexed at. Now will come there is no dot in the email ID, and where it will be alert invalid email ID. Return false. Then close the curly bracket. If str dot index of @index at +1 -1, that is no text after @symbol, then alert invalid email ID. Return false. Now forward, we will go ahead here with regard of return false. We will go ahead that is in after that I will close the curly bracket, and then f string dot index of that is I equals to -1. There's blank space in the email ID, so there we'll go ahead, start curly bracket. If there is a blank space, it will give you the alert that is invalid email ID, that is return false. Return true, closing curly bracket, script head tag close. Now we will write a JavaScript function to validate username. So here we'll go ahead with this. Write a JavaScript function to validate user name. This has been asked of 2 marks, so we'll just write it down. HTML, then head, then title, that is the student registration form, title close, script type equals to text slash JavaScript. This function validate, start on the curly bracket here, then var of I then var name string equals to document dot my form name. Now after that, if name string dot value equals to null, then here name string dot value equals to then start with a curly bracket, that alert enter some username, because we are validating the username, so here at return false. Then close the script tag, then start with the head tag, then body bg color equals to aqua. Now we'll go ahead with the alignment here. In this case, after the aqua, we will be providing an alignment at the center, h3 application form, that is h3 tag close, then center tag close as well. After that, form name equals to my form, on submit equals to validate, then strong name and nbsp, that as I told you about this. So here we'll go ahead. It will go ahead with when we are going to complete a strong tag which we had open here, and after that we'll give an input type equals to, that is text name equals to name, then break tag close, and after that break tag close as well. And for the another input type equals to submit value equals to submit, and then break tag close. Now we'll close the body tag as well, and then after that HTML tag as well. Now we'll go ahead further for the detail in the reference towards it, how the JavaScript can be embedded into the HTML, with the example briefly explain and how the form of using the JavaScript. This was asked, has been asked in the 5 marks question paper. So we can embed the JavaScript directly or indirectly in the next HTML document, and hence we must write a tag like we can go ahead. I'll just write it down with another pen. This is, we can write it down like script type equals to text slash JavaScript, and then of course this, and then after that the script tag close. If we want to embed the JavaScript indirectly, that means if the script is written in some another file and we want to embed the script in the XHTML document, then we must write the script to be as follows. That what we have to do is, in that case, script type equals to text Java script src equals to my page.js. This is JavaScript is written as to be embedded in the file mypage.js, and then after that the whole here, and then after that the script tag will be clear close here. Now we'll go ahead for the validation using the JavaScript that we had done here, as you can see, and you can go through with that as well, and to validate either by the username or to validate either email, so that what we can process after this. So now what they can ask you is your what is the difference between the Java and the JavaScript, what we had discussed in the last class, and write a JavaScript function for an email address validation, that is to be check if the content has to be the general text of the email or not, that we had done in this class only of validation or checking the validation email address, that is validate or not, the syntax of the email or not, or that is general or not, that we had done in this class only, and that has been asked in the 10 marks question, so you can just copy write down. And after that we will be doing write a script using the JavaScript that checks the given input for validate name, password length more than the 6 character, and the age field in the range of 1 to 99. Also write appropriate HTML code to implement that script that has been asked in the 10 marks. And another question that has been asked is how do you perform the client side validation using the JavaScript, so that what we'll do it here. And for that to check the validation, for that case we will be having to do so we'll go ahead, and this is a sort of a long, not that much long, but yes, of course, long program. So we'll go ahead here with this. You can just write it down. So here, that how to perform a client side validation, perform client side validation using JavaScript. Okay, so that what we'll do it, and here you can see that is HTML head, then title, that is the student registration form, then title tag close. Then after that, step type equals to text slash JavaScript function validate, that is var of I, then var name str document dot my form dot name, if name str dot value equals to null, then name dot str dot value equals to, then start with another one to start curly bracket here. So here we will go ahead with the start of curly bracket. So here we'll go ahead with regard of it. So here we'll go ahead with alert, that is enter some name, that is return false, close the curly bracket which we had open here, then if document dot my form dot age dot text dot value equals to, then after that for this processing, after this we will be having another curly bracket, then alert, that is enter some age, return false, close the curly bracket, then if document dot my form dot password dot value equals to, then start another curly bracket, that is alert, enter password, return false, then close the tag, then if document dot my form dot age slash text dot value, that should be less than 1, and document dot my form dot age text, here with the text dot value that is greater than 99. Then after that, with alert, that is invalid age. Then after that, return false, close the curly bracket, then if document dot my form dot password dot value dot length less than 6, then start another curly bracket, that is alert, that is invalid length of password, then return false, then close the all the curly brackets, then a script tag close, which we had open above. Now with that, I will close the head tag as well. Close the head tag as well. Then body, bg color equals to aqua, then center h3, application form h3 tag close, center tag close. Then for that, another one, form name equals to my form, on submit equals to validate, then strong name and NBSP and BSP and BSP, then add NBSP as well. And this is the 7th time we are writing it. And then after that, strong complete, close the tag of strong. Then after that, input type equals to text name equals to name, then break tag close, then again break tag close as well. Then after that, we will have strong, that is with regard of age, and of course we will be having the another that we have 10 times NSP BSP, so we'll just write it down as I tell you about this in the detail in the last classes. You can just gone through with that if you had not gone through with that. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and last is 10. Then we'll complete end up with the strong tag and close the ending tag as well, closing tag. Then after that, input, we have input type equals to text name, that is equals to age, text value, equals to then PR tag, and then after that PR tag as well, closing. Then after that we'll start with the strong tag, that is password, strong tag, close. Then input type equals to password name equals to password value equals to, and then BR tag, close, BR tag, close. Then for that input type equals to submit value equals to submit body tag, close, HTML tag, close as well. So let's go ahead. This is as I told you in the starting, this is a sort of a long program, but that is enough. I think that is as compared with in the form of CS and IT student, you have to work on it. And now we'll go ahead, write a JavaScript to validate radio button, operator field, and of other checkbox, and to validate those things. And yes, we'll go ahead with another program as well, and that is also a sort of a long, but first we'll have to do it. So we will do that, and then after that we will do some of the things related to the theory as well, and that will go ahead, write JavaScript to validate radio button, operator field, and checkbox. Now we'll write a program for that as well, that is HTML head script language equals to JavaScript function validate form start the curly bracket, then if form dot gender 0 dot checked equals to false, then and form dot gender 1 dot checked equals to false. For this form dot gender here, this is to validate the radio button. And now we'll go ahead further here with regard of it. I will write an alert, that is please choose your gender, either it could be male or female. Then after that we'll go ahead, and that is to return false, then closing tag, then if form dot status 0 dot checked equals to false, and form dot status 1 dot checked equals to false as well. This is to validate the check a box here. Now for that, alert please choose your choice, AC or non-AC, return false, closing tag, if form dot course dot select index equals to 0, then alert please select some course. This is to validate the option, and return false. Let's go ahead. So here with regard of return false, and after that we will go ahead, like we are going to please select your course and then return false, and as well as after that return true, closing tag, and then after that script tag को close करेंगे हम, then head tag को close करेंगे, body, then br, then of course form, and after that your gender, that is input type, that is equals to radio, name equals to gender, value equals to male, then for male as well. Now for the input type, equals to radio, name equals to gender, value equals to female, that is female. Then after that break tag close. Then after that we will go ahead for the choice as well, that is choice, input type equals to text box, name equals to status AC. Let's go ahead with the input type, another one that we have discussed here. For the another one we have input type equals to checkbox, name equals to status, that is AC. Then after that for another one that is for the AC, and that is non-AC. And then after that break tag close, then for course. Now for that is a select name, that is equals to course. Then for that we have an option value, select an option, then option tag close. Then after that for the up next we have an option value, that is equals to computer, then computer, then option tag close. Then again we have an option value equals to mechanical, then option tag close. Then again we have an option value equals to ENTC, then option value close. Now select tag close, break tag close, break tag again close. Then now we'll give up input value. So the input type equals to button, name equals to submit button, value equals to submit, on click equals to validate form, this dot form. input type equals to reset value equals to reset, then form tag close, body tag close, then of course the HTML tag close as well. Now we'll go ahead write a HTML program for the registrations of a new customer to the online banking system, that is the customer data collected using a form after submitting the account number and the type of account and the username and the password that is to be displayed as output. That what we have to discuss here, and in the regard of it, this is also a sort of long program, but yes, we have to do it. We won't going through with that, because there are many programs to discuss here, and that is related to one another, and that is somewhat different to one another as well. So you have to be very well known about it, and this after this we will be shortly discussing about the objects, and after that we'll be ending the class as well. So let's go ahead. But as I told you about this is a sort of a long question that they had asked you. So I just tell you about what a question is. You can just write it down. Write HTML program for the registration of the new customer to the online banking system, that is your customer data that is collected using a form after submitting the account number and the type of the account, and the username password is displayed as output. So we'll go ahead for that, and we'll write a program. HTML head title, that is online banking system, then title close, then after that we will have script type, that is equals to text slash JavaScript, then function fun, then of course start a curly bracket here, alert name form 1.1 form 1 dot user name dot value, then after that alert password plus form 1 dot pwd dot value, then alert account type plus form 1 dot my menu dot value, alert account number plus form 1 dot account number dot value, then closing tag, and then of course we'll have an end tag of script tag, then after that we'll end up with the head tag as well. We will end up with the head tag. After that body bg color equals to, that is khaki, form name equals to form 1 on summit equals to fun, then table, here I will start with tr td b, that is name, b tag close, td tag close, then td again, then after that input type equals to text name equals to username, tr tag close, then again tr tag. We'll open this with another one line, tr tag open, then td tag open, another one, b tag open, then password, b tag close, td tag close, td tag. Now with that, input type equals to password name equals to pwd, that is tr tag close. So I hit with the tr tag, as we had cleared about it. For that sake, we will go ahead in the reference towards the pwd, that is we had completed the tr tag here, and after that we'll start with another one, that is the tr tag, then td tag, then after that b tag, then we have with the account type here, and with the regard of it, then I will close the b tag as well, and then after that we'll close the td tag as well. Then for the td tag we'll open it, and then we will go ahead with select. Okay, this is over. So td tag we will be closing that, and then for select, then name equals to my menu. Then after that, after it we'll have an option value, and that what you have to put it out. It is option value equals to saving account, that is saving account option, then of course option value equals to current account, that is current account option, then close select tag, td tag, then tr tag as well. Then again we will open tr, td, b, account number, that is b tag close, td tag close, and then td. Input type equals to text, name equals to account number, then tr tag close. Then we'll end up with a table tag as well, and after that we will be ending a br tag, then br tag as well, closing that, then center. Input type equals to submit value equals to submit. Then now input type here as well, input type equals to reset, value equals to clear, then center tag close, form tag close, body tag close, and of course the HTML tag close as well. Now we'll discuss as I told you about related to the objects here, and we will not able to complete that, but yes, of course we'll discuss somewhat related to this. And for that the list out the objects using in with its purposes. So the objects used in with its purposes, so various objects that can be used in our, the first we have is your math object. In the case of the math object, this object provides useful methods that are required for the mathematical computations. For example, for computing a square root of the sum number, that is your num method is used for that. Now for finding out for the minimum value of a and b, that is min a comma b method is used. The second we have is your another one, that is your number object. In the number object, the object is used has various numeric properties. For example, the largest possible number gets displayed using the max value. For displaying the pi value, that is pi property is used. The third one we have is your date object. In the case of the date object here, that is this object is used for obtaining the date and time. For example, using this function, the number of milliseconds can be obtained here, and for that we will have another one, that is your fourth one, that is your boolean object. In the boolean object, this is the simplest object used to obtain the true or a false value. And for the fifth one, the last one, we have your string object. And for the string object, the object provides many useful string related. For example, for finding out the substring of the given string, that is your substring begin end method can be used. For that we will be having an object that is used for multiple purposes, that is a math object, number object, a date object, boolean object, string object. These were the 5 objects that are used for with the purposes. And after that, and related to that, we will discuss a program in the next coming classes, because this is more than 1 hour. So developed an HTML document to evaluate the roots of the quadratic equation, explain each steps clearly. That we'll discuss in the next coming class, which has been asked in the 6 marks question paper. First of all, it's a huge request to all the subscriber and all the viewers, those who had not subscribed our channel, please go through with the subscribe button, and please like, share and subscribe our channel, so that many and maximum people can get the information at once. Even though you can also enjoy the video as well, and you can also utilize those videos as well for your knowledge purpose and for the program purpose as well. In the reference towards the web technology, if I told you about it, that we had completed your unit 1. In unit 1, what we had completed the introduction part here, and that is related to the introduction, that is introduction and web development strategies, history of the web and internet, protocols governing the web, writing web projects, connecting to internet, introduction to internet services and tools, introduction to the client server computing code, Java, introduction, operator, data types, variable array, method and classes, inheritance, package and interface, exception handling, multi-threaded programming, input output Java, applet, string handling, event handling, introduction to availability controls, layout manager as well. In the unit 2, what we had covered up is your unit 2, where we had covered up web page designing, which is related to the HTML and CSS and of course the XML as well. In that we had done HTML, a list, table, images, frames, from CSS, document type definition, and XML, DTD, XML schemas, objects, models, presenting and using an XML, as well as using the XML processor, DOM, stack and dynamic HTML as well. We had started in the last class, we had started with unit 3, and we have to start with scripting and networking. So we are doing scripting as well, and scripting हम जो कर रहे हैं जिसमें हमने JavaScript, introduction, document, forms, we had done it, and the statements, functions, objects, introduction to Ajax, that what we have to do in objects हमने start कर दिया है already, and objects के बाद we will do the introduction to Ajax, and then we'll end up with the scripting and continue with the networking in the unit 3. That we have to do it, that internet addressing, init address, factory method, instance method, TCP IP, client socket, URL connection, TCP IP server socket, datagram as well. And that we will do another one, that is your unit 4. Here we'll continue with the unit 4, where we'll go ahead with enterprise Java beans, where we'll discuss here the preparing a class. I told you about it, unit 4, and that we had started with the enterprises Java bean, that is preparing a class to be Java beans, creating a Java bean property, types of Java bean, stateful sessions beans, stateless session beans, and entity bean as well. In the Java database connectivity, that is JDBC, that is merging the data from the multiple tables, that is joining the manipulating databases with JDBC, prepared statement, transaction processing, stored procedures, that what we have to cover up in Unit 4. And after that we'll start with the Unit 5, and that what we have to cover up in the servlets here. And servlets में हम करेंगे servlet overview and architecture, interface servlet and interface servlet lifecycle, handling HTTP GET request, handling HTTP POST request, redirecting the request to the other resources, session tracking, cookies, session tracking with the HTTP sessions as well. And in that only we will discuss about Java server page, that is in reference to what the JSP. Introduction, Java server page overview, first Java server page, example, implicit object scripting, standard actions, directives, custom tag libraries, that what we have to cover up in Unit 5 here. So first of all, it's a huge request to all the subscriber, please go through with the subscribe button, and please like, share and subscribe our channel. Please support us because your support is very important to us. Thank you.